The universe hums with possibility, a vast symphony of stars and dreams, where every note you dare to play reverberates across the cosmos. You stand at the edge of your own existence, gazing into the infinite, a canvas not yet painted, a story not yet told. What holds you back? Is it the weight of doubt, the gravity of fear, or the illusion that your dreams are too vast for a single life to hold? Let me tell you something. The man who unraveled the secrets of light, who danced with the mysteries of time and space, believed that the greatest force in the universe was not a formula, but the courage to imagine. Albert Einstein saw the world not as it was, but as it could be. And so must you. Picture a child staring at the night sky, not counting stars but weaving stories from their light. That child lives within you still, unburdened by the chains of impossible. The world will tell you to be practical, to shrink your ambitions to fit the boxes it has built. But practicality is the enemy of wonder. It is the thief of what could be. Einstein didn't discover relativity by following the well-trodden paths of his time. He wandered into the unknown, driven by a spark of curiosity that refused to dim. He asked questions no one else dared to ask, and in doing so, he reshaped our understanding of reality itself. You too carry that spark. It's the quiet voice that whispers in the dark, urging you to dream beyond the limits of what you've been told is possible. But dreaming alone is not enough. A dream without belief is like a star without light, beautiful but unseen. Belief is the fire that fuels your vision, the unshakable conviction that your path, however winding, leads somewhere extraordinary. Einstein once said that logic will take you from A to B, but imagination will take you everywhere. Yet imagination needs a foundation, a root system of trust in your own capacity to create. The world is not kind to dreamers. It will test you, throw obstacles in your path, and whisper that you're not enough. But here's the secret. Those tests are not meant to break you. They are the forge where your belief is tempered, where your resolve is shaped into something unbreakable. The stars do not judge. They burn, relentless and eternal, casting their light across eons, indifferent to the stumbles of those who gaze upon them. And yet, in their constancy, there is a lesson. To shine is to endure. You, too, are made of stardust, forged in the crucible of creation, and your journey is no less radiant for its imperfections. The path you walk is not meant to be flawless. It is meant to be yours. Einstein wrestled with equations that refused to yield, theories that collapsed under scrutiny, and ideas that seemed too wild to survive the scrutiny of his peers. But he pressed on, driven by the courage to try, however messy, however uncertain, because he knew that the act of striving was the only way to touch the infinite. Consider the weight of a single mistake. It sits heavy, doesn't it? A misstep, a failure, a dream that slipped through your fingers. The world teaches you to fear these moments, to see them as proof of your inadequacy. But what if they are something else entirely? What if they are the raw materials of your greatness? Einstein's genius was not in avoiding failure, but in embracing it as a teacher. Every wrong turn, every scrapped idea was a step closer to truth. Your mistakes are no different. They are not the end of your story, but the chapters that give it depth. They are the cracks where light breaks through, illuminating the path you could not see before. To dare beyond limits is to make peace with the unknown. It is to step into the fog, trusting that the ground will hold. Adaptability is the breath of progress. The world turns, circumstances shift, and what seemed certain yesterday may be questioned tomorrow. Einstein's theories upended centuries of scientific dogma, not because he was rigid, but because he was fluid. He bent with the evidence, reshaped his ideas, and let curiosity lead where certainty could not. You too must learn to bend. The dreams you chase will not unfold as you expect. The plans you make will falter. But in those moments of disruption lies your power, to pivot, to reimagine, to forge a new way forward. Think of a river carving its path through stone. It does not force its way with brute strength. It flows patient and persistent, finding the cracks and wearing down the obstacles over time. Your journey is that river. The obstacles you face, doubt, rejection, uncertainty, are not walls, but invitations to adapt. They ask you to question, to learn, to grow. What is it that you cling to? A plan that no longer serves you? A fear disguised as caution? Let go. Trust the current of your own resilience. It will carry you further than any rigid blueprint ever could. Resilience is not a shield against pain. It is the ability to walk through it. It is the quiet knowledge that you are stronger than the storms that hit you. Einstein lived in a world of upheaval, war, exile, the burden of responsibility for his discoveries. Yet he did not let the storms break him. He found joy in the search, solace in curiosity, and meaning in the pursuit of something greater than himself. You too will face storms, moments when the ground beneath you seems to shake, when the stars themselves seem to fade. But in those moments, you will discover what you are made of. Recall a time when you fell and rose again. Perhaps it was a setback in your work, a heart broken, or a dream shattered into 1,000 pieces. Yet here you are, breathing, dreaming, fighting. That is no accident. That is resilience. It is the quiet strength that burns within you, urging you to keep going, even when the world tells you to give up. This strength is your inheritance, as ancient as the stars, as unbreakable as the laws of the universe. Embrace it, let it guide you, and as you press forward, let learning be your compass, not the learning of books or titles, but the learning that comes from life itself. Einstein questioned until his final breath, driven by an insatiable curiosity about the cosmos. Your dreams demand the same devotion. Every challenge you overcome, every mistake you make, is a lesson waiting to be understood. What has life taught you lately? Not the surface lessons, but the deep truths about yourself, your strength, the meaning of your journey. Learning is not passive. It is an act of courage, a leap into uncertainty with open eyes and an open heart. It means admitting you don't know everything and finding strength in that. The world changes faster than we can grasp, and the dreams you pursue will ask you to grow with it. Be willing to unlearn, to question yourself, to expand your horizons. The stars you seek are not static. They move, and you must move with them. And yet, amidst all this motion, there is something that remains constant: your purpose. Not the grand, world-changing missions written in history books, but the quiet, personal purpose that gives your life meaning. For Einstein, it was the pursuit of truth, the joy of unraveling the universe's secrets. For you, it might be something else, a family you love, an art you create, a light you bring to the darkness. Whatever it is, let it be your anchor. Let it be the voice that calls you home in the hardest moments. For in the end, it is purpose that carries your dreams beyond limits. It is the reason you keep going despite every doubt, the reason you shine despite every storm. The stars are watching, and the universe whispers your name. What will you answer? The universe is not a puzzle to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. It shifts and expands, defying every attempt to pin it down, and so do you. Your dreams are not static. They evolve as you do, stretching beyond the horizons you once thought were your limits. To chase them, you must let go of the old maps, the worn-out ways of thinking that tether you to the past. Einstein didn't unravel the cosmos by clinging to the certainties of his time. He questioned them, tore them apart, and built something new from the pieces. Your journey demands the same courage, to unlearn, to reimagine, to dare to think beyond the boundaries of what you've been taught. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast desert, the sand stretching endlessly before you. The wind carries whispers of doubt, and the path ahead is unmarked. It's easy to turn back, to seek the comfort of the familiar. But the familiar is a cage. It's the voice that tells you your dreams are too big, your mistakes too heavy, your time too short. That voice is not your truth. It's the echo of a world that fears change. Einstein saw the universe as a question, not an answer, and in that question, he found freedom. So must you. The desert before you is not barren. It is alive with possibility, waiting for you to take the first step. That step is not just action, but transformation. To dream beyond limits is to become someone new, not once, but again and again. The person you are today is not the person who will cross the finish line of your ambitions. You must shed the skin of old fears, old doubts, old stories that no longer serve you. This is not loss, it is liberation. Einstein's theories were not born from a single moment of brilliance, but from a lifetime of becoming bolder, wiser, more attuned to the rhythms of the unknown. Your dreams ask the same of you. They ask you to grow into the person capable of claiming them, to stretch your mind and heart until they can hold the vastness of what you seek. And in this becoming, there is joy. Not the fleeting rush of victory, but the deep, unshakable joy of living a life aligned with your truth. Einstein found it in the dance of equations, in the quiet moments when the universe revealed its secrets. You will find it in the moments when you feel most alive, when you create, when you connect, when you stand firm in the face of doubt. These are not accidents, they are signposts, guiding you toward a life of purpose. Hold them close. Let them remind you that joy is not the reward for your dreams, but the fuel that keeps them burning. But joy does not mean ease. The path to greatness is steep, and there will be moments when you feel alone. The world will not always understand your vision. It will question your choices, mock your ambition, and tempt you to settle for less. In those moments, connection becomes your anchor. Not the shallow connections of crowds or applause, but the deep, resonant bonds with those who see you, who believe in you, who remind you of your own light when the darkness feels overwhelming. Einstein thrived in dialogue, in the exchange of ideas, in the presence of minds that challenged and inspired him. Seek those connections. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher, who see the stars in your eyes, and refuse to let you forget them. And as you build these bonds, extend the same grace to yourself. Compassion is not weakness, it is strength. It is the quiet act of forgiving your own stumbles, of recognizing that you are human, imperfect, and still worthy of the dreams you carry. Einstein didn't berate himself for his failures. He learned from them, laughed at them, and kept moving. You too must hold yourself gently. The voice that criticizes your every step is not your guide. It is a shadow, and shadows fade in the light of self-acceptance. Be kind to the person you are becoming. They are doing their best, and their best is enough. This compassion extends outward, too. The world is not your enemy, though it may feel that way at times. It is a tapestry of stories, each one as complex and fragile as your own. To dream beyond limits is to see the humanity in others, to recognize that their struggles, their hopes, their fears mirror your own. Einstein's work was not just for himself, but for the world, a gift to a species searching for meaning in the vastness of existence. Your dreams, too, are not just for you. They are ripples that touch lives you may never know, sparks that light fires in hearts you may never meet. Live for that. Let your purpose be a beacon, not just for yourself, but for those who will follow. And as you move through this world, let wonder be your compass. Einstein never lost his sense of awe. He looked at the universe with the eyes of a child, marveling at its beauty, its mystery, its endless possibility. That wonder is your birthright too. It's the spark that keeps your dreams alive, the flame that burns through doubt and despair. When the path feels long, when the weight of the journey presses down, look up, see the stars, feel the vastness of the cosmos, and know that you are part of it. Your dreams are not separate from the universe. They are its expression, its voice, its song. So sing, create, dare. The limits you fear are illusions, shadows cast by a world that has forgotten how to dream. You are not bound by them. You are bound only by the scope of your courage, the depth of your imagination, the strength of your heart. The universe is watching, and it believes in you. What will you do with this moment? What will you create with this life? The horizon is not a destination. It is a call. It beckons you forward, not to arrive, but to become. Every step you take, every dream you chase, is a brushstroke on the canvas of your existence. The universe does not demand perfection. It demands motion. Einstein didn't wait for the world to hand him answers. He moved toward them, stumbling, questioning, always in pursuit of the next truth. Your life is no different. It is a journey, not a race. And the only way to find your balance is to keep moving, through doubt, through fear, through the endless unfolding of who you are meant to be. Feel the ground beneath you now. It is not solid, not certain, but it holds you still. That is the paradox of existence. Nothing is promised, yet everything is possible. Your dreams are not guarantees, they are invitations. They ask you to trust, to leap, to believe that the act of reaching is enough. Einstein's legacy is not just in his equations, but in his refusal to stand still. He rode the bicycle of his life through uncharted territory, balancing curiosity with courage, wonder with work. You too are riding. The wobbles, the falls, they are not failures. They are proof that you are alive, that you are daring to move towards something greater. And what is that something? It is not a single moment of triumph, not a trophy or a title. It is the life you build, moment by moment, choice by choice. It is the courage to wake each day and say, I will try again. It is the audacity to dream when the world says settle, to create when the world says conform, to love when the world says fear. Einstein's vision was a universe alive with possibility, a cosmos where every question led to a new horizon. Your vision is no less vast. It is the life you imagine when you close your eyes, the one that makes your heart race, your soul sing, your spirit soar. That life is not a fantasy, it is a promise waiting for you to claim it, but claiming it requires surrender, not surrender to defeat, but to the flow of your own becoming. Let go of the need to control every outcome, to predict every turn. The universe is too vast for that, and so are you. Trust the mystery. Trust the part of you that knows, even when your mind doubts. Einstein didn't have all the answers when he began. He had faith in the questions. Your dreams are your questions, and every step you take is an answer, revealing itself in time. Surrender to that rhythm. Let it carry you, not to a finish line, but to a life that feels like home. And as you move, carry gratitude in your heart, not as an obligation, but as a lens. See the world through it, and everything changes. The struggles become teachers. The doubts become guides. The moments of joy become eternal. Einstein looked at the stars and saw not just science, but poetry, not just laws, but love. He was grateful for the chance to ask, to seek, to exist in a universe so vast and beautiful. You too are here, now, in this fleeting, miraculous moment. You are alive in a cosmos that sings with possibility. That is no small thing. It is everything. This gratitude is your power. It transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, the fleeting into the eternal. It reminds you that every step, every breath is a gift. And in that gift, you find the strength to keep going, to dream bigger, to love deeper, to live truer. The world will try to dim your light, to pull you back into the shadows of fear and doubt. But you are not made for shadows. You are made for stars. You are made to shine, to create, to leave a mark on the universe that echoes long after you are gone. So stand tall. Feel the pulse of your own heart, the fire of your own dreams. You are not here by accident. You are here to build, to break, to become. The limits you see are not real. They are stories, and you are the author. Write a new one. Write a story of courage, of wonder, of unrelenting belief in the power of your own imagination. Einstein rewrote the story of the universe. Now it's your turn. Rewrite the story of your life. The stars are still watching. They have seen empires rise and fall, dreams born and buried, hearts broken and healed. They know your fears, your hopes, your quiet strength, and they are cheering for you. The universe is not a distant thing. It is in you, around you, through you. Your dreams are its dreams, your courage, its song. So sing it, live it, dare it. The horizon is calling, and the time to answer is now. You are enough. Not tomorrow, not when you've achieved or proven or perfected. Now, right now, with every scar, every doubt, every unfinished dream, you are enough to change the world, to light the dark, to make the impossible real. So go, move, dream. The universe is waiting, and it believes in you. Dare to believe in yourself. Dare to dream beyond limits, and never, ever stop.